Well, Ralph is off, and we're here with Amanda Carpenter, who writes the ever-popular Hot Button column and a political reporter for the Washington Times. And the story has broken about the American Conservative Union and writing a letter to Federal Express and asking for money in exchange for taking its position on a contentious issue before the Senate, before Congress, on labor issues and the package delivery system. And this opens up a whole can of worms, and they turned them down, apparently. FedEx was not going to offer the $2.5 million, whatever. And so now this is an issue of conflict of interest. The American Conservative Union is a venerable, large, conservative, influential organization for many decades. What do you think of all this?
Oh, I think it's damaging. Of course, ACU is well known in the conservative community because they do those rankings that everybody brags about if they're a particularly good conservative. They do help host CPAC every year, and this letter that came out is especially damning, and it lays out, we want between $2 and $3 million to mobilize our activists, and has a number associated with the name that it would cost. And so I think it's incredibly problematic. David Keene hasn't said a lot himself about it. I expect he's going to be forced to talk about it on some level, but it's very confusing because this was a labor fight. And FedEx is very well respected among conservatives and libertarians because they are capitalists. Fred Smith is kind of a big donor to groups like Cato. And David Keene went against him because he wouldn't give him the money. And
David Keene wrote a letter taking the position for FedEx's competitor, the United Parcel Service. So then do you think this opens up the whole issue, though, of, the Politico is calling it pay for play. We've heard a lot about that lately in other issues. And political organizations that do lobby against what they consider on principle bad legislation. But in this case, you have the money, and are they doing it for money? Does this open up this whole issue with other organizations as well?
Yeah, I think it'd be naive to think that no other groups do stuff like this, but it's so rarely spelled out like that and given to the media, which I think could do them in.
Okay, we'll be watching it. It's going to be a tough issue for ACU that has had a great reputation over the years for fighting for conservative causes. Thanks very much.